Let's hope this engine fires up. Always a tense time. So slow.
Quite a lot of smoke.
I mean, this might be the last time we ever use this engine, so it just fills me with dread. It sucked a lot of the enjoyment out of it. So.
Yeah.
A lot of smoke. What's going on?
It's about 2 p.m. Whoa, Mark is checking the engine.
Oil. We got hit by a big headwind and we're only just about making 2 knots. 4 miles to go. At 2 knots, it's 2 hours. We're going to give it a try again, just to see if we can get it running for 10 seconds. Yeah.
Well done!
We'll just put some tape on it just to hold it in place. Yeah, it's just to stop it kind of falling off inside here.
Mary is doing the second coat. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. How's it looking?
It's looking good. It feels much more brightened up in this hole.
Just trying to manoeuvre the engine crane to a suitable position, but it's difficult. It's like a little physics exercise.
Well, it is exactly that. Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Yeah, what will do?
I guess if you push the engine, the trolley might move.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Make sure you're not catching. We'll go in like that first, that'll be alright. Okay, right, I think it's just catching up front now, it's just short.
Can you take this off?
Yeah, take it. Where does that exhaust go, Mike?
It just needs to fit through this gap.
Alright, okay. Let me just pull it up. I think we can drop it down a touch. Not far off now.
Not far off at all.
Yeah, so what we can do, Mike, if you want to stick that bracket on there.
Hmm.
Nice.
I'll just drop it a bit more.
How's it going, overseer?
Really well. It's good. I'm the supervisor.
Okay, so that's loosely on, and then we've just got 2 bolts which need attaching over there.
I put a podger in the hole just to try.
Put a podger in the hole?
Yeah.
What on earth's a podger?
A podger's like a round bar that you use
To align holes
yeah,
that you
to
can't
feel
see.
where it is.
Got you.
If you get the podger in one and get it lined up, you put the bolt in the other.
I saw it coming down just then, so I have like a rough idea. Okay.
Yeah, when you can move it a bit side to side there, that's pretty good.
That's perfect.
Success.
Nice. Engine baby saying his milk bottle is not in yet. Engine baby's back, baby.
Whoa.
It's good.
It's good.
Because the most hot racing is done.
Yeah.
Hot racing job is done. Maybe everyone's thinking, oh.
So there's a you can see where it's coming from. It's just bellowing out.
Thank you.
You can see it, can't you?
Nadiana's calling the emergency, I think. Big shout out to Nadiana who called the fire service. Then they called back asking for more details. How cool is that? Also, the fire engine came, started going the wrong way. Nadiana ran as fast as she could to go and tell them to turn around.
I think we should go out of the smoke.
Yeah,
now,
let's go back to
actually.
the boat.
It's very silly to stay in the smoke. So. The reason I didn't hesitate to call the emergency number was one, because I thought life was at stake, so better make sure. Another reason was because I was feeling more confident of using my Spanish. Thanks to the sponsor of this video, Rosetta Stone. I've been using their learning program to improve and refresh my memory of Spanish. And these cushions are a good result of using Rosetta Stone, because I was able to communicate with a local business where the owner didn't speak a word of English, but I managed to convey my message, and they've managed to do exactly what I wanted. Speaking the language of where you're visiting definitely makes everyday life easier. And I'm not the only one who's been benefiting from Rosetta Stone. Mark has been improving his Chinese Mandarin skills so that when we can finally go back to China, he can impress his parents-in-law.
Okay, this one is 他的钱少一点。
他的钱少一点。他的钱少一点。
Nice. With Rosetta Stone Lifetime Plan, you can learn as many languages as you want in their language library. So check out the link in the description and get a special discount and pick up a language that you need or you want to learn.
So the engine is in place now, and we're just gonna spend the day connecting things up. So that's the valve block going on, and we're taking off the old crankcase breather because Dad's made a little bracket for the air filter, so any crankcase fumes will be reburnt. This is our bilge pump out line that goes in the hole. How's it going down here? It's taken you 3 days to...
Are you being cheeky?
I am being
Are you being
cheeky.
cheeky?
You've done a good job.
This is it now, really done.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
just need to get everything back neatly and make it look good.
Are you a good boy, Yoshi? Can you go down? Down. Good boy. Alright, then you get some food for that. Down again. That's it. Good lad.
Loads of people on the beach.
I do.
Good job, Yoshi.
What we need to do. I just need to relocate that. That's it, we're in.
Is that in?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Need 2 knots for those.
So this is Mary's vision.
Don't zoom in too much.
We know how to make boats look good on camera, Mum. Don't you worry. Look at that, so clean. A lot of things like rubbish and these cushions and stuff, it's going to be used and then thrown away what we don't use. So loads of stuff kind of all just stuck into the corners. But apart from that, looking pretty nice. The boat's slowly starting to come together. We just have all this area left really. So we have like our napping spot, currently storage, and the hammock which goes up and down here, which we nap in quite a lot. So this is our garage. We've got a pillar drill there which was given to us by Stu from Waves Goose Warrior. An old wheel as well. What are we doing with that flipping wheel? So yeah, the little garage area. I think short term just some shelves. Me and Dad were talking about it before, so whether we'll get time to do it while he's here, we're not sure. And then of course, wet locker storage and Mum and Dad's room. So how confident are you with everything going back to where it was?
Yeah,
it's pretty simple.
Most of it you can't get wrong, but I did mark a couple of parts, like this one at the back.
So is this going on there then?
Yeah.
These two are fishing together. There is a prey.
They're not eating these big boys. We need the little ones to come, the little snappers.
They are just observing the danger.
Yeah!
Oh my god! Flappy floopy.
Yeah, huge.
What's that spanner? That's
13.
yeah.
How's that now?
Yeah, it's tight now. I'm just putting the screw on there.
Nice. Coming together. That's the throttle cable.
Throttle, yeah, that's on there.
So putting the fuel inlet banjo fitting
New one.
onto the pump.
The new lift pump.
We're just changing the secondary fuel filter. Cool. Got a nice cloth one or fabric.
Alright, well, yeah, it doesn't matter, does it?
Oh no!
Coming, someone's coming. That's it.
So we've got some new fuel return pipe. The last one was not good. This is the stop lever. We're just sorting out the wiring loom now. It's an absolute mess. Some loose ends and things we're not 100% sure yet where everything goes. So a good thing about videoing absolutely everything is you can look back at old videos to see how things were wired up before.
Check we've got 12 volts there. Then when you turn the key, you should get 12 volts to this. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, let's do that. Are you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Nice.
What is it? 12, 13?
It's OL 12.77.
That's glowing. When I go to glow, that glows.
Oh, does it? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 9.7, 9.4. So that's an old school glow plug.
Yeah.
So when I turn that, oh, the dials are coming up as well.
Yeah.
So oil pressure's still maxed out.
Yeah, we've not connected the sender yet. So.
Ah, okay. But yeah, that old school one is basically acting like a resistor for those ones. So we've got like 9 volts at those glow plugs.
Does anybody want a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
Steve likes a tea, whether it's hot or cold. Is a tea belly, aren't you?
Yeah.
Action.
Ready?
Ooh la.
That's enough. Good.
Nice.
Pretty much wired up, I guess.
Yeah, we've just got to wire the oil pressure sender, temperature sender, and then put the
Heat exchanger.
heat exchanger on, connect all up, water fluids, and that'll be it then.
Couple more hours and
Done.
Nice. A lot of fuel bleeding.
yeah, you're damn right, Adriana.
Thank you. That's the only thing I learned from last fix. Just opening the screws,
Opening the injector.
injectors, and then bleeding out. Yoshi sleeping on the toolbox. Do you like the screw head poking your arm? So it's a new day and we're working on the wiring because we really want to get the oil pressure gauge working. Everything else works pretty much, so the oil pressure is really important. Anyway, we've been fiddling around for the last kind of 2 hours with all this absolute mess. We've burnt through wires. We're questioning the wiring in this loom. So what we're going to do is we're just going to attach 2 little wires to the sender and we're just going to leave it, get the engine rebuilt and then ready to fire, and then we can mess around with that sender later. Massive shout out and a huge thanks Brian. He's given us not only a new oil pressure gauge but also a few others. We've got voltmeters, temperature. Our temperature one works, but it's great to have a spare anyway. And also oil pressure sender as well. And thanks so much for the lovely letter you wrote. Yeah, we really appreciate you sending this to Dad. Really happy that you guys met at the boat show. So yeah, thanks so much. Thank you.
You know, when we went to see DM, is it DM Marine in Port St. Louis?
Yeah.
They suggested AR Peachment. How funny is that?
His name.
Yeah. Just filling up the oil in the fuel pump. So this is the crankcase breather. It's basically a hole for which any unburnt gases escape. Previously we routed it out to the bottom of the hull. But routing it outside meant that when the waves hit the bridge deck, the pressure coming out of this was forced up, which made the rocker cover leak from the oil fill hole. So this way the gases come out, go to the air filter, and they get sucked in to be reburnt, and it just goes through again. We're almost ready. Just a few more kind of fiddly things. Getting the hydraulic cooler on and filling up with fluids.
How's the preparation?
Good. Hydraulic coils in, coolant's in. Everything's ready. We just need to bleed this fuel system, so we'll crack the injectors and then start keep turning the engine over until we got fuel.
Nice.
And then should fire up pretty instantly, I think.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Are you doing last checks?
I'm just checking that none of these wires are getting hot while it's on, because I mean we've sorted everything out, but it's just double check. Because my biggest fear is having a fire. Yeah. Alright, I'll just check. I think that's okay.
Sounds so fast now.
We're going to try the hydraulics now. We've got a little pressure relief valve which we can adjust if it's not set right. Well, we'll see. So, yeah, it's usually fine when both of them are together. Yeah. Just when you just use one, it used to conk out. That was scary as hell with that boat, and a stark reminder looking at our electrics to make sure we can't cross a positive and negative. Yeah, I've just been checking out the back of the instrument panel and it all seems okay. It looks a mess, but it's alright. I'm going to check every single connection though on the boat over the next few days, so that man's fire is not in vain. And apparently there was someone actually on board. I'm guessing they got off safely, but anyway. Today we're just going to fit the oil gauge. We'll go for an extended run at the dock using the hydraulics. I've opened up where the hydraulics motors are just so that we can see everything. How's it going?
Alright, yeah, I'm just trying to hone my wiring skills.
You've levelled up your mechanical skills, but now you need to level up.
A bit more about electricals. So just connect the original sender to the gauge, see if it works. If not, I'll put the new gauge and sender in.
Yeah, it's pretty important to have oil pressure gauge, really. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to explain briefly how this oil gauge and most of the gauges are wired up. So basically you have your gauge, you have usually 3 ports on, you have a positive, a negative and a signal, and you have your sender which is connected to, well, in this case the oil, but it's just connected to the oil circuit, and you have 2 on there. You have a positive and a signal. From your positive you want to take a fused line, or from a breaker, or a fused line, and then you take that positive down to the positive at the sender. You connect the signals together, and then you connect the gauge negative to the negative bus, and you should have a working gauge. That's whether it's at oil, temperature, or whatever. So ignition's going on. Are you ready? I'm going to take this fan off for now. So yeah, we wired it up and it's just going straight to full PSI. Should we try and we could start the engine and see if it makes a difference?
Yeah, can do. Yeah, I'll just put this cloth over here.
So we've also not got a dipstick. We've lost the dipstick somehow. And we need to block that little hole. But we'll start the engine and see if the oil pressure does anything. It was at about 10, so it's quite low, the oil pressure.
Yeah, we don't know if the sender's alright though, do we? Yeah.
So we're just going to try a new sender, I think. Is that coming off alright? Or?
It will.
So, bit of PTFE tape. We actually need to use an adapter because it's not the right thread size. Hopefully it'll earth properly. We can only see. So that's the new sender. This one's different to the one. So it has what? A signal wire
and an alarm wire.
And an alarm wire, no positive. Just negative through the casing. So we've just got this newly fitted gauge loosely fitted. When we turn on the ignition, we go up to 0. And we start the engine. And so this one reads up 7 at the top. So we've got one that reads low, one that reads high. We're not sure what's going on. Been a bit of a lazy day, but out there it's actually quite rough, and we think for the first engine test outside we want it just to be flat calm. That's just the way that we've done it from the start with our first boat. We just take little baby steps. But to be fair, whether we're actually moving with the boat or whether we're tied up here and using the hydraulics, it doesn't really make a difference. So we're going to just do a long extended run, because we've only really been using the hydraulics for about 5 minutes at the most, less than that. So we just want to find any leaks, find any problems. Alright, let's start up this engine, which starts beautifully every time. It's all good.
Oh, knowing that it's going to start.
I don't think I need to glow it.
Well, you probably won't do, no. I'm not sure that it should be.
So we're just going to run it up to temperature and we'll start using the hydraulics, check for leaks. I'm sure there'll be a few non-serious things. Nice. So this makes a lot of noise, this stuff vibrating. So we have a little leak, it's the only leak that we've got, and it's just this pipe here, probably coming from this fitting. The only thing we can do now is really tighten it up and monitor it. These systems are notorious apparently for being leaky.
There you go.
Nice one.
Just do it flat at a time. You don't want to over tighten it and crush the
Olive.
We're ready for sea trials now, that here, aren't we?
Yeah. I don't think there will be any problem if on the dock it's like this.
Alright. Thank you so much. Thanks for sorting out all of our problems. Nice early morning departure for these two old fellas. It's been lovely. We'll see you in a nice sunny place in a couple of months.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Thanks for everything, Mark. Seriously, and Nadia. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. Thank you so much. Safe trip. Bye bye. No. Woo.
Such an efficient week.
Yeah, it's been great. Sad to see Mum and Dad go because they did so much and their energy levels are just ridiculous.
Yeah, they're such a hard worker and setting super good example for us. So we were working extra hard this week.
Yeah.
And the engine is back in Minky.
Yeah.
Working.
So nice. And also thanks as well to Rosetta Stone for sponsoring this video. Check out the link in the description. It's really nice learning Chinese again. It was a bit of a shame that we didn't go out in the boat, but we just tested the heck out of the system at the dock, just in case there was any air in the fuel system. If that happens at the dock, that's great. If it happens when you're making your way out, it's uncomfortable. You don't want to be dropping your anchor in a marina or smashing into another boat. So yeah, next week hopefully we'll be going out. It's a little bit of bad weather over the next few days, so we'll just probably chill, do a little bit more interior bits and bobs, and we'll go out soon.
Yeah, super excited.
Well, thanks so much for watching the video. Thank you so much to everyone who's been to our coffee and PayPal. If you enjoyed the video as well, please give us a like, let us know some advice, and see you next week.
Bye.